Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Nhung from Hanoi, and now let's take a look at our top stories as usual. Vietnam moves to lessen dependence on soybean material imports. And later on, Đà Nẵng to host Gulf Tourism Festival. Let's begin the bulletin with the most prominent events of the week from August the 8th to 14th. Secretary of the Lao People's Revolutionary Party Central Committee and Chairman of the People's Council Vientiane Ano Phap Thonalon visited Vietnam from August 9 to 14th. He was received by Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng on August 10th, during which he thanked Vietnam for the great support and assistance to Laos, including Vientiane. Party leader Trọng said Vietnam always attaches great importance to the special relationship between Vietnam and Laos. The Lao Party officials are received by National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ, who noted that Hanoi and Vientiane have set an example for cooperation at the local level, with the sharing of experience in party building, socio-economic development, and activities of people's councils.
A high-ranking delegation from the Cambodian Royal Military, led by Lieutenant General Hun Manet, Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces and Commander of the Royal Cambodian Army, paid a working visit to Vietnam from August 7 to 9. President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc hosted a reception for the delegation on August 9, during which he said he believed the success of their visits would make an important contribution to promoting traditional relations between the two countries. The official thanked Vietnam for backing Cambodia in performing the role of ASEAN Chair 2022, suggesting the two countries strengthen their solidarity in the face of regional and international uncertainties.
Concerns over the newly issued Vietnamese passports were the main topic during questions and answers at the 14th session of the 15th National Assembly Standing Committee. Minister of Public Security Tô Lâm said the ministry presided over the work and would bear responsibility for it. Lâm said the issuance of new passports was completed based on the law on exit and entry of Vietnamese citizens passed by the National Assembly in 2019. The 14th session of the National Assembly Standing Committee took place from August 9 to 11th, during which lawmakers gave opinion on socio-economic issues and the government's proposal for policies aimed at employers and employees affected by COVID-19.
The Foreign Ministry organized a ceremony in Hanoi on August 8 to fly the ASEAN flag in celebration of the bloc's 55th founding anniversary and 27th anniversary of Vietnam's accession to the regional organization. The ceremony was chaired by Foreign Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn and attended by ambassadors of ASEAN countries and ASEAN partners. The annual ASEAN flag hoisting ceremony is held in each ASEAN member state to honor their common values and express their determination to promote solidarity and cooperation. This year's event is of greater significance since the region is working towards the establishment of the ASEAN community at the end of 2015, and Vietnam is marking its 20th year of ASEAN membership.
As the domestic and international travel demand recovers robustly, Vietjet Aviation Joint Stock Company has reported a positive business performance in the second quarter and the first half of 2022.
In the year's second quarter, Vietjet's total air transport revenue reached some $488 million, increasing by 15% against the pre-pandemic level in 2019, with its after-tax profit standing at approximately $1.54 million. Especially its domestic revenues in the second quarter jumped by over 30% compared to the 2019 same period, with 53 domestic services. As for the first 6 months results, the airline's air transport revenues and its consolidated revenue reached $632 million and $693 million respectively, both higher than the pre-pandemic levels in 2019. Overall, Vietnam's after-tax profit for the first half reached $3.26 million, while its consolidated profits were $18.3 million.
Despite being an agricultural country, Vietnam is dependent upon imports to process many products, including soybean products. Amid market volatility, with high raw material prices and supply chain disruptions, many businesses have begun to develop their own raw material areas.
After planting soybeans for a long period of time, Mr. Đặng Quang Chieu in Cư Sút district, Đắk Nông province, has only seen real profits in the past 3 years. A business provided Chieu with new, high-yield and high-quality seeds that doubled his sales prices and very much improved his family's income.
Our soybeans sell at stable prices. The yield of this variety is almost double that of the old one.
Many farmers in the area, after moving away from growing soybeans due to low productivity, are now planting the crop again. This is attributed to the Vnews Soybeans Research and Application Center's active research, selection, and testing of a non-GMO soybean variety from more than 1,530 precious genetic resources.
The new variety's productivity is double, and farmers are also provided with instructions on cultivation. More importantly, prices have increased 20 to 30%.
The area for soybean growing in Vietnam has continually declined since 2010 from nearly 198,000 hectares to just over 37,000 hectares. The main reason behind the decline is the low yield and poor quality of soybeans, which cannot compete with soybeans from elsewhere. The active creation of high-quality soybean varieties will help businesses develop high-quality and stable raw material areas for agricultural processing.
Farmers and businesses should actively cooperate with each other to avoid being too dependent on imports.
Vietnam must still spend some $5 billion a year on importing soybeans and corn for domestic processing. Resolving this issue cannot be done overnight, but with the cooperation of farmers and businesses, Vietnam is expected to soon ease its dependence on material imports.
As cashew exports in the first half of 2022 fell by 9.2% against the same time last year to over $1.5 billion, the Vietnam Cashew Association has to adjust down its annual export target to $3.2 billion.
According to the Vietnam Cashew Association, the Russia-Ukraine conflict is a major cause for the falling exports, as Russia was the 40th largest importer of Vietnamese cashews, and the conflict had the country cut off some of the SWIFT system, causing payment difficulties for Vietnamese exporters. Another cause is the mounting inflation in the US and EU. Higher inflation leads to higher prices for essential items, leaving consumers with no choice but to cut back on non-essential items such as cashew-nuts. The demand for Vietnamese cashew fell accordingly. In addition, China is sticking to its zero conflict policy, holding back the importations for Vietnamese nuts, he added. Amid contracting demand from abroad, Vietnam Cashew Association has to lower its export target to $3.2 billion for 2022, $600 million less than the target set at the beginning of the year. In the first 5 months of 2022, Vietnam shipped abroad over 206,000 tons of the nuts worth $1.19 billion, down 7.81% in volume and 6.81% in value.
As a key transport project in Quảng Ninh province, the Bandung Monkai highway is expected to create necessary conditions for the northern province to post breakthrough developments and promote economic links in the region. Contractors are now pulling out all stops to put it into operation during the third quarter of this year. Nearly 40 years, the Bandung Monkai highway will play a strategic role in the socio-economic development of Quảng Ninh province and other northern localities. Construction of the 80-kilometer highway began in 2019 and has 4 lanes and passes through the districts of Bandung, Tiên Yên, Đầm Hà, Hải Hà, as well as Monkai City. The project was originally scheduled to open on August 1st, but was delayed by difficulties related to COVID-19 and other matters.
Work has been basically completed. Constructors are now focusing on the construction of the traffic safety system. However, weather is also a factor. After the wet season, the investor urged constructors to increase their worker numbers to complete the project soon.
Over 95% of work has been completed. Contractors are now striving to fully complete construction to open the highway during the third quarter.
In order to open the highway as soon as possible, constructors have started a 30-day program to finish all construction, with work being done in 3 shifts and a reward and punishment regime introduced at each unit.
Once completed, the highway will shorten the travel time from Bandung to Monkai from 2 hours to just 1. The highway will be an important transport gateway linking Vietnam and China and elsewhere in ASEAN, helping boost cross-border trade and turning Quảng Ninh province into a trade and service hub. The Central Coastal city of Da Nang will hold an international golf tourism festival from August the 28th, aiming to attract more golf lovers to Vietnam.
The tournament expects to welcome 144 professional golfers from Vietnam and various countries. The final round will see the competition of 50 players who bid for total rewards of $75,000. The festival also comprises an international conference on golf tourism development, golf exploring and experiencing, culinary and charity activities. The event is expected to be a boost to golf tourism development in Vietnam, proving that Vietnam deserves to be voted as Asia's most attractive golf destination and world's most attractive golf destination. The festival is also aimed at promoting the image of the people, nature and landscapes of Vietnam, contributing to attracting more golf lovers to the country and Da Nang in particular.
47 years after Vietnam's liberation, the Chunsa Archipelago today is not only a strategic outpost, but is a strong defense point covered by greenery. First-time visitors and returning soldiers who fought for the island liberation have all been amazed by the archipelago's green transformation. Since he completed his mission of defending Chunsa, veteran Nguyễn Văn Tho had the opportunity to return to the archipelago and visited Chunsa Dong, where he and his compatriots overcame many setbacks from 1981 to 1983 to fulfill their mission of defending the island.
40 years after I first went there, I was amazed by the changes on the island. There were no trees before, but now, with support from the party and the state, the island has turned into a green and beautiful place. By the time we fought on the island, we faced many difficulties, such as the shortage of drinking water or the lack of vegetables. We never saw a stalk of vegetable, but only grasses and pumpkins.
Even indigenous plants such as bay hops, tamanu trees, tree heliotrope, and square eagle trees are difficult to grow. It takes a lot of effort to nurture these plants. Beyond trees for shade, most islands in Chunsa Archipelago and DK1 platform now have vegetable gardens.
We make use of the water from our daily activities to grow vegetables. We can now include vegetables in the soldiers' meals.
With support from people on the mainland and the efforts of Chunsa soldiers and people, the archipelago has become a wide green space of aspirations and peace.